have my guys in the building. We're having a Wizards roundtable today. All of us obviously played for the Wizards. Some of us sometimes overlapped, some of it didn't. But we all got a chance to play doing what I like to call the Renaissance of Wizards basketball. Let's get right into it. Twan, what was that experience like when we, for the first, Wizards basketball been dead. Next thing you know, we're out there, we're taking on the Chicago Bulls, and we bring that thing back. We're able to win that series. What do you remember about that series that really stuck out?
I just remember the atmosphere and the energy of the fans. Just to have, pump it up, doing this dance, and just the energy and the love that we got from the community to finally get into the playoffs and kind of change things around. That whole playoff run and what we did was just the fan base and putting everybody on the map that DC is a basketball town as well, not only just a football city. It was a great feeling, man. I mean, those are the moments.
Wizards coming back to DC down 0-2. This team's going to need some serious energy from the fans.
We're down 0-2 in that series to the Bulls. Gilbert Arenas goes in the paper and he says, listen, we need everybody there early.
Yep.
Bring the energy to the building. This was the first game that I can remember that when we came out to warm up, everybody was almost already in the stands. They had the towels twirling. The energy in there for me was crazy. Did you feel that? Or how did you feel that moment?
I totally agree with you. To go down 0-2 to Chicago and knowing that we needed that home court advantage, we needed our home crowd to find a way to get us a victory that day. All the guys on this roundtable have played in playoff basketball. They know what it's like. Totally different atmosphere. And to have that atmosphere in DC was something that you never forget because, like you said, they didn't know what to expect. To have that atmosphere and that crowd there to cheer us on was unbelievable. It's, like you said, something you'll never forget. DC is family to me. The friendship that I have, that I made in DC, I still carry to this day. Every time I think of DC, I think about family. I think about all the teams I played for. When it's all said and done, DC is in my heart, and that's the team that really sticks out the most.
And Drew, at the same time as we're starting to build our culture there in DC, you up there in Cleveland, you up there with another guy, man. You over there with LeBron, a team that would eventually become our adversaries. Playing with a young LeBron on that team, like, what was that like? What was that dynamic? Did you know he was that dude right away?
My second year in Cleveland, that's when things started to come to head. And I think you kind of saw the growth with LeBron James. His basketball IQ at that age, I mean, it was astonishing. It was something that I've never seen before and yet to see till this day. I mean, this guy, we talking about a guy that's actually still actively playing right now that's up for MVP. When we finally got to the playoffs, our first playoff round was against you guys, the Washington Wizards, 05-06 season.
Our Wizards squad against the up-and-coming LeBron James. I'm not going to lie, I thought we had game one. Antawn, what was it like guarding young LeBron James in his first playoff experience, that game one? Because he was turned up.
It was just trying to figure out what type of guy this guy was going to be when it comes to crunch time. And he showed me. It was difficult, as you would assume it would be. To be 6'8", to be that strong, control the basketball, high basketball IQ, can do it all. You knew that he was the truth, and you knew that this guy was going to come with the force, and he was going to be reckoned in the NBA for years to come.
I'm looking at the stats right here. I mean, his first playoff game ever, he goes out and has 32, 11, and 11.
Well, he should have had 30. he stepped out of bounds, Drew. Caron, I want to know when you knew that LeBron James was truly special.
When I knew that he was official was the second year where we played against them. Because I was like, all right, cool. We saw that he can really survey the floor. His observation, his IQ of the game is a little different. Everything that we've thrown at him, from blitzes to drop coverages to switches to shading him, he exploited it. He exploited it. And it was crazy because I was like, damn, like he's prepared for literally every situation. And I was just like, dude is different.
And that second series is interesting because you were hurt, Gilbert was hurt. Sorry, Twan, you out there on the island. I wasn't hurt. But Eddie Jordan treated me like I was hurt. You were out there by yourself. You and Drew had a lot of battles because people don't realize Antawn was out there by himself getting buckets. Talk to me about guarding Twan in that second series, because Twan was going off, and y'all knew the ball was going to Twan. We ain't had nobody else to get the ball to.
It wasn't not only that Twan was a hell of an offensive player at the power forward position, but it was that offense, man. Y'all had the court spread, but I was always pissed at Mike Brown because he never trusted me and guarded Twan. Like he thought that Daniel Marshall could do a better job guarding Twan than I could. Yeah, than I could, and I hated it. I hated it exactly, and I was like,
he needed help too.
Cookbook. Yeah, he needed help.
Cookbook.
It was, but me and Twan had a little. We was going back a little bit, like Twan scored. He do his thing, and I had a little thing then. If I hit 3 shots in a row, I would start making it rain. I was making it rain.
I hated that.
I was like, I made it rain, I did the quick get out of here with that. I knew that. I just had to set the tone for the rest of the guys for the team. But it was just about pride for me, just going out and knowing that I gave it my all and I made it difficult for those guys to even try to win it all.
I don't know if a lot of y'all know this, but LeBron always kind of had it in for DC anyway, because we had played each other in the series, in the playoff series. We would talk a little trash. But in year 3, because of this man, Drew Gooden, he puts the battery in DeShawn Stevenson's back.
Yep.
He calls DC in the middle of the year and says, "No, LeBron don't like you."
Big Haywood, let me tell you how the story really went.
Set the scene.
Like you said, I'm out of the mix. I'm playing for the Chicago Bulls. This series is completely Cleveland Cavaliers, Washington Wizards business. But before you guys got into that series, it was still the regular season. You guys happened to be in town playing against us, the Bulls, in Chicago. And, I met DeShawn out. We started talking about basketball, and it got grimy. It was a lot of trash talking. He was talking about, I'm the best defender. I locked this dude. I locked Kobe up. I locked LeBron up. And I was like, hold on, time out. You locked LeBron up? So now we going back and forth, like we arguing it. It's starting to get heated now because DeShawn is taking this really serious now. He said, yeah, I locked LeBron up. I said, bro, you didn't lock LeBron up. He was like, no, I locked LeBron up. It got to the point where I said, not only did you not lock LeBron up, he thinks you're trash.
Ooh, I never knew this.
When I said LeBron thinks you're trash, I mean, it sounded like the DJ skipped the song Stop in the club. Like, and I didn't think nothing of it at the time. And then fast forward to the playoffs, I'm like, did I just start something?
Not only did you start something, the next time that we played Cleveland in the regular season, DeShawn Stevenson walks up to LeBron James. Twan was right there. He says, I heard you've been talking that you know what about me.
Yep.
My name comes out your mouth again. I'm going to slap the you know what out. Cavalier players looking around like, don't nobody talk to King like this.
We about to have tip-off. I'm like, so what just happened? I did not know what was going on.
I remember your face because you were right beside LeBron, and DC was like, yo, I'm going to slap it. But what was like? You looking around like, did I miss the memo? I'll never forget the look on your face. LeBron fires back in the media at D-Steve. He says, me responding to DeShawn Stevenson is like Jay-Z responding to Soulja Boy. So that leads to D-Steve bringing Soulja Boy to the playoff game. And from that point on, that's when the DeShawn Stevenson, LeBron James rivalry truly started. And it's all Drew Gooden's fault. Just so everybody knows, it's Drew Gooden's fault.
But it was entertaining as hell, though, wasn't it, B. Haywood?
It was definitely entertainment.
A fight about to break out every game, though. I mean, you had Big Z and Brenda going there. I mean, it was like every game, that series, it was so much tension. No matter how we felt about a teammate, if somebody came from one of our teammates, we had their back.
That whole series just became so physical and antagonistic. That series goes 6 games. Caron, you guarded probably LeBron more than anybody else. Did you sense anything different from LeBron in that series?
I'm going to tell you, usually LeBron is, he's setting the stage. He's the ultimate chess player. But I felt like a different sense of urgency from him through that series. He was more precise with his passing. He was super aggressive. He wanted to make a point of emphasis when he went into the paint. He took it upon himself to really impose his will on this series as a young player, man, and as a young star in this game. And you couldn't do nothing but tip your hat off to him and say, hey, man, salute, respect, because we saw the best of them They saw the best of us. Crazy times right there. And your ass, Drew.
Yeah.